You say the word constitution and tend to think of a dusty old document that doesn't exactly make for light reading. But the constitution impacts everybody's everyday lives, from the way the islands are governed to the protections of basic freedoms.
I think the Constitution is important because of what it covers, whilst it can be a dry document and some parts of it are fairly irrelevant to most people, as they go about their daily lives, in other respects it's very important. So it is important that it protects various fundamental rights and freedoms. I'm sure we would not wish to be without a right to life, for example. It sets how the government is structured. So who is making decisions that affect everyone's day-to-day lives? So it sets that framework. So that's why I think it's important. And I think there are different parts that are going to be more important to some people than others.
I mean, my key priorities are just to modernise our constitution. I think there are a lot of areas myself personally where I would like to see some change, but it can't be about me and what I want. It's got to be about the people of the Falkland Islands and what they want, and hopefully we all agree. But we'll see through that process. But it's for me it's coming out at the end with a product that basically is a updated, refreshed, modern constitution that describes not only how our society and our systems within work, but sort of accurately allows for innovation as well and for change.
It can be a lengthy process. The last review took around 7 years from the forming of the committee to the final report being agreed, with discussion and drafting of the new order with the UK taking just over a year to complete. However, a desire to complete this process quicker was expressed during the first select committee.
It's going to be a lot of work, and we just have to make sure that the momentum carries on.
And are you confident that it will be completed in the life of this assembly?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. The question will be, to a certain extent, once we tie off our part of the process and evidence the changes we want to make, they will have to be approved by the Foreign Office and the Secretary of State. So we're going to be having those discussions along the way.
With the first 2 procedural meetings complete, future meetings should see the start of meaningful discussion about the content of the Constitution. Any potential changes to the Constitution have to be evidenced by public support, with the need for engagement being heavily emphasised.
We just really do encourage everyone to get involved, think about the bits that might affect them, and let us know what they think. And that can be to say that everything's absolutely fine and nothing needs to change, or it can be that some things need to fundamentally change. But we just would welcome a real engagement with members of the community.
We have officers trying to put together at the moment some information around the things we'll want to discuss. We'll be asking people to send in some submissions, and we'll try and get that out well in advance so that people can sort of feed back information to us. We'll discuss at the Select Committee. We'll ask people if they want to present orally at the Select Committee, so oral evidence we call it. And I just encourage people to try and get involved with the process. It is really, really important that people engage, and it's not just a small handful of people who shape the future of our Constitution.